ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين.
What's your name? My name is Moses. Moses. Excellent to see you, Moses. Come up here for a second, I'm sorry. And I want to thank Moses for being here as a Christian. And would you like some water? You're good?
Thank you.
Please. Thank you. All right. Feel comfortable. All right. So you said the Bible does not have any errors, but it does have copyist mistakes. Okay. So let's understand that, right? For example, and you studied the Bible, so you look like you're up on it. Good, man. All right. So this brother name's Osama, right? And what's your name? Sulaiman. If I give them a lesson, if I say, today we're gonna have a physics lesson, and you need to turn in your test results, right? For me to grade, and they both write theirs and they turn it in. And when I see it, what was your name again? Suleiman has a mistake. And I tell him, hey Suleiman, you turned in this homework and it's got a mistake. And he says, you know what? I wrote it down wrong. Is that still a mistake?
Yes, it is a mistake.
Mike,
it actually is a mistake.
Not that close.
The Bible and the copying of it does not work like that.
Okay.
I'll tell you how it works. The oldest manuscript, and because we don't have the actual original manuscript.
Right.
We don't have that.
That's very important. Everybody take a note. No, hold on. That's a very important point you made. That there are no original manuscripts.
No
Good.
Original manuscripts.
I like you.
And the reason there isn't an original manuscripts because the Bible, they've been copying after copying after copying, because manuscripts, they break.
Yes, true.
And they don't last. For example, I don't think they have bones of the writings of the Hadith or the tree books. I don't think they have that anymore.
So let me show you something. Good. We're going to talk. Relax.
Yeah.
But this is a really good point. So let me show you a difference. Okay. You study the Bible, right? Can you read to me Luke 18:2?
Okay.
Can you?
I can.
Okay, go ahead. What is it?
But
no, go ahead.
On top of my head?
Yes.
I don't know on top of my head.
You don't? Okay. Hold on. That's the point. Okay, hold on. How many hufaz do we have here? Okay. Can you read to me Surah Al-Mu'minun from the first verse?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون.
Good. Okay, now, anybody else that's memorized the Quran?
Anybody else has memorized it?
Yes.
Anybody, so not everybody.
That's the point. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Surah Al-Mu'minun. The brother in the back. Excellent. Now, what's the point?
I love how you said anybody else.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. So show me a Christian that can.
There's many.
The entire Bible.
There's many.
Show me one.
We know only of one person.
You said there's many.
There could be many.
Okay.
I know of one person.
What's his name?
There's actually a particular, I don't remember his name.
Okay, in 2 billion, hold on. In 2,
hold on. There could be thousands.
Hold on. What was your name again?
We don't focus on that.
What was your name again?
My name is Moses.
Moses. Okay, hold on.
We don't focus on that.
Okay.
You guys focus
Hold on.
memorize.
Moses, take it easy. Take a breath.
Yeah, sure.
Relax. Okay. Now, in 2 billion plus Christians, you cannot name me one. Okay? In this room of Muslims, we can show you many. But I'll tell you what, we'll do one better, right? You pick any brother you like.
Okay.
Pick one.
Who can memorize?
No. Just pick a brother.
To do what?
Just pick a brother.
Okay, I'll pick this guy. Okay.
This guy. Pick one more.
One more? Okay, the guy at the back, the young back there. The one with the long hair.
Which one? This one? The two young kids.
Yeah.
How old are you? How old are you? Huh? 6. Read Surah Falaq to me. How old are you? 6 years old. Read Surah Falaq. Now you see, the point there is not focus, the point is preservation. So with Muslims, we have millions that have memorized the entire Quran, right?
Everybody or just some?
What did I say?
Millions, right?
How many Muslims are in the world?
Okay, a lot, millions. Yeah.
More than that?
More than that.
About 1.6 billion.
So you're saying every single Muslim have memorized the whole Quran?
Man, your math isn't too good, Moses. Okay, so pay attention to my words, okay? I said millions have memorized the whole Quran.
Okay.
And I said there is 1.7 billion Muslims in the world. So not saying every single Muslim, but we do have millions that have memorized the entire Quran.
Okay.
I can name at least 100 from my memory that I know personally.
I see.
In my city here, right? Now, I have never seen, let me finish and then you can. I have never seen a single Christian, myself, that has memorized the entire Bible.
Okay.
I hear somebody say there is, but they can't even name them.
Okay.
So in 2 billion plus Christians, now what is the importance there? Not that every Muslim has memorized the whole Quran, but every Muslim has memorized some of the Quran. And you just saw 2 little kids prove that to you. Now, what that does is even if your manuscript falls apart, you have the entire Quran, word by word, letter by letter. That's why we don't have copyist errors in the Quran. Now, when you say that there are no errors in the Bible, but there are copyist errors, those are still errors.
Can I explain it?
Yes.
Okay. There is the original manuscript. We don't have that.
Okay.
These manuscripts, they break.
Yes.
They age. So to preserve this type of manuscript, what we do is copy after copy after copy after copy. Okay, the closest manuscripts that are more closer to the original, those manuscripts do not have an error that we know of. It doesn't have an error. The manuscripts later on, after that, started to have little textual problems.
Variation.
So I don't look at this as the Bible has the Word of God has an error, the Word of God has a problem. But what I will say is the copies of the Word of God has textual problems.
Okay.
No contradiction.
Okay.
From what I've understood.
I'm listening.
Just a textual problem. You see? So we're not saying that, the actual Word of God has contradiction or error. Word of God is something that cannot have a contradiction, cannot have an error. But when man starts to copy things again and again and again and again, humans make mistakes. And those textual problems occur. But what we've done later on is we've looked at the oldest manuscript and then we've changed things to the oldest manuscript, to the original. Okay. So I don't believe that the Word of God has error, the Word of God has mistakes. I do believe that the copies have a textual problem. That's what I'll say.
Okay. Moses, I let you finish. I didn't interrupt you, right?
Sure. No.
See, polite conversation.
Okay.
So you said that what you did is you went back to the oldest manuscripts and you found that they didn't have errors, and then you based your Bible off the oldest manuscripts, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Great. So this is not an error-filled Bible, this is a new print.
Yeah.
So this is based on that original manuscript without errors,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So since you said that, I'm going to ask you once again, can you please read with me?
Okay, sure.
Solomon had
42,000 horses.
40,000
40,000
stalls of horses.
Yeah.
Okay. In the same Bible, because you said you guys had fixed those errors because you don't want to look at Second Chronicles, Solomon had
4,000.
4,000. So did he have 40,000 or 4,000?
Okay.
I need to look at this. Like I said, I need to look at it. But I can't just say it's an error.
You cannot?
I can't.
Okay.
I have to start.
Okay.
I'll give you an example.
Do you have a wallet?
Let me finish.
Hold on.
I'll let you finish.
Okay, go
Let me finish. Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
This is an example I'm going to give you.
Okay.
There are actually, what example can I use?
I don't know.
I've got many examples.
I'm listening.
Okay. There's actually a, I'll give it this. There's actually
Go ahead.
A hadith.
Okay.
In one of the hadith.
What book?
It says that Muhammad is the.
What book?
I'm not familiar.
No. Okay, hold on. Moses, I'm giving you chapter and verse.
Okay.
You don't even know the book.
Okay.
So go look up the book
Sure.
and then come back.
Okay. Sure.
Hadith is not the Quran.
Okay.
Hadith at times do have contradictions,
Okay.
and we have a science called Mukhtalaf al-Hadith that looks at those
Okay.
to see one might be stronger in chain,
Okay.
one might be weaker.
For the sake of
let me finish.
Can I explain it to you? Can I explain it to you?
Moses, you said you were going to let me finish, right?
Moses, I'll debate you after.
Sit down, brother. It's not here to debate. Listen. When you want to give me an example, you have to give me the actual references. So if you bring me the book, bring me the chapter, bring me the verse, then we discuss it. Because otherwise, you don't even know where it's from, so you really don't know about it, okay? But we're not going to hadith. We're right now asking you, was it 40,000 or 4,000? And until you look it up, is that not a clear contradiction?
No, it's not. I'll explain why.
Yes, please.
There are points of views in the Bible.
Good.
I'll give you an example. I'm sitting here
Yes.
with Uthman. When I go home, I'm going to tell maybe my brother.
Yes.
I came and I spoke to one person.
A little bit lower. Yeah.
I spoke to one person.
Yes.
Someone else may go home and may say, Moses spoke to many people.
Okay.
Brother, that is not a contradiction.
Okay.
It is a point of view.
Okay.
The Bible has a lot of that.
Okay.
And that's what I love about the Bible, because it's not just one view, it's many views.
Many views.
I'll give you one example.
Oh, you just gave me an example. Let me answer your example.
When I'm finished, I'll let you go. I'll give you an example. There's a verse in Matthew. It talks about Jesus
What
going.
verse?
This is just an example.
Okay.
Into the temple. There's another verse actually talking about Jesus coming out of the temple.
Okay.
There's a third verse actually talking about Jesus going in and coming out of the temple.
Okay.
Uthman, that is not a contradiction.
It's not.
That is a point of view. And we know it's not a contradiction because there are three statements. One saying going in, one saying coming out. Wait, that's a contradiction. The third one saying going in and come out. It reconciles it. The Bible has a lot of that. It's not a contradiction. This could be part of that. I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm not a pastor. I'm not a.
But you have studied the Bible.
I'm learning.
Okay.
I've studied the Bible. I haven't memorized everything.
Excellent.
I'm being honest.
Good.
Out of my humility and honesty. But I can tell you and I show you that it has points of view. The things that you are calling contradiction, a lot of them are points of view. That's the beauty of the Bible.
Are you done, Moses?
I'm finished.
Thank you. Are you talking to one person or a lot of people?
Okay. I'm talking to one person.
Okay.
And I'm also talking to a lot of people. It doesn't make a difference. Depending on who you ask over here. Some people will say over here, he's talking to Uthman. He was talking to Uthman. Does that mean I'm not talking to a lot of people? I am. It's just a point of view. It doesn't mean
Relax.
I'm relaxed. I'm cool.
What's your name, brother?
That's just the way I talk. I'm cool.
I got you. I just want you to be comfortable. What's your name?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ibrahim.
Is he talking to you or is he talking to me?
He's talking to you.
Okay. Everybody sitting here, is he talking to you guys or is he talking to me? Okay. So if somebody goes home and says that he was talking to all of you guys, would that be factually correct?
No.
So you can have different point of views, no doubt, but then one of them, if they contradict, will be incorrect. If you have your wallet with you?
Sorry?
Do you have a wallet?
Do I have a wallet?
Yes.
I have a wallet.
Would you mind if you take it out?
Right now?
Yeah. If you
I don't have it now.
okay, you don't have it with you.
I
Okay.
have a phone. That's it.
I asked you if you had a wallet. You told me you have a phone. Okay. You are a Christian. I get it. Okay. Okay, I got you. You have a watch.
I have a watch. Yeah.
How many watches do you have
I have about 3.
right now on you?
Only one.
One. Okay. Now some brothers might go home and say Moses had 2 watches.
Yeah.
It's their point of view, right? They thought there was one on that hand, one on this hand, right?
Yeah, it's not like that. But yeah,
It's not like that.
it's not like that.
Let me finish my example if you don't mind, right?
Go for it.
You have 1 watch. If somebody was to say you have 10 watches, one of those has to be wrong. Okay? Point of view can be right, can be wrong, right? If somebody said 4,000 and somebody else said 40,000 for the same incident, that's right there, right? One of them has to be wrong because it cannot be at the same time 4 and 40. Would you agree?
Yeah,
Okay.
in some sense, yes.
Okay.
In some sense.
Okay. Thank you. You agree. Now here, I read this to the congregation earlier, so you heard it. David, this is the Syrians that fled before Israel, so it's the same incident. And King David killed 7,000 charioteers. How many?
7,000.
Okay. In the same Bible, and you've heard this already, but I just want to see the point of view answer. And then the Syrians fled before Israel, so the same incident. And David killed 7,000 charioteers. Now, you told me that this Bible is based on the early manuscript that doesn't have those errors, so this can't be a copyist error. So how, was it 7,000 or 700?
That's what I mean. I can't say anything because I have to study it.
Okay.
You see, it's dishonest to just say it's wrong or it's right. I have to look into it, study it, and I'll come with an answer.
Okay.
But let me address something. You always go to a text that says Ahaziah was 22.
Okay.
And the other one, Ahaziah was
42. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That verse, Ahaziah was 22 or Ahaziah was 40. I did a study on that.
You did study?
I did study.
Okay, good.
And I have references. I wish I got my bag with me.
So you came here without your bag?
I mean, I didn't
give me the answer.
I didn't know what was going on today. I thought it was
right.
prayer, a session, talk session.
We had a Dawah workshop.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. So what's the answer?
Okay. So I did a study on that, and what I actually found out in my studies, I have evidence of that. We have evidence.
What did you find out?
I found out that in Jewish custom, they're actually anointed sometimes more than once. They can be anointed for a particular land.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Maybe somebody may be just anointed for Judah.
Okay.
Or maybe someone's anointed to reign in a Nazareth. They
Okay.
can be anointed for that. And the second anointing can be for a different land. A king would be anointed for a specific land.
Okay.
Other ways a king would be anointed is they can be anointed 2 times in the sense of, for example, Prophet Samuel anointed David 2 times. He anointed David once because David was going to become a king, and he anointed David a second time when David became that particular king. So that's one thing I want to address. Also, in Jewish custom, Uthman, do your study, you'll find out. In Jewish custom, in the way Jews work is, they also anoint kings 2 times.
2 times.
Yeah, they would anoint king to reign with their father. Their father is alive.
Father's still alive.
Yeah, and they will anoint the king again after the king becomes an official king. So there is reigning with the father, whole king, and actually becoming an official king.
Gotcha.
That one, he got anointed 2 times.
Twice.
Yes, he got anointed at a younger age, and he got officially anointed on his 40s for a specific purpose. Why? Let me explain to you why. The reason why is because if you have a sibling, a brother or sister or a relative, and you're next in throne,
okay,
when you are anointed the first time,
okay,
it demolishes the argument of who will become king. We already have a king that is chosen. So when that time comes, your brother or your third brother doesn't fight over that role, so they anoint first time and a second time. That is not a contradiction. It's Uthman's misunderstanding.
Thank you. Well, I am so happy you're here to clear up my misunderstandings.
Yes.
Thank you, Moses.
Yes.
So, brother, please stay. Sit down, brother. Sit. Brother, sit down.
I'll debate him after.
Listen. Who asked you to speak, brother? Okay. So now Moses is saying this is not a contradiction. This is a Uthman misunderstanding.
Yes.
I like that. You coined that.
Yes.
So you're saying Ahaziah was 22 years old when he became king, means he didn't actually become king. He was anointed.
Yeah, he was anointed.
Okay. And he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. So he was anointed and he ruled 1 year.
He was sorry?
I'm reading the verse. Ahaziah was 22 years old when he became king and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
So when he was 22, he reigned for how long?
1 year.
1 year. So his reign finished when he was 23.
Yeah.
Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay. His mother's name was Athaliah, the granddaughter of Omri. So when did he rule Jerusalem? Not another city, was when he was 22.
Yeah.
And he ruled for how long?
He ruled for 1 year.
1 year. So he finished ruling when he was?
Yeah, 22.
23, 1 year. Okay. In 2 Chronicles, it says Ahaziah was 42 when he became king. And he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. So I'm a little confused now. Uthman misunderstanding. When he finished his 1 year of ruling, he was 23.
Yeah.
So what happened when he was 42?
He ruled in Jerusalem, right?
Both of them are Jerusalem.
Yeah, true.
What do you mean true? That doesn't make. If he ruled at 22 and he finished ruling at 23, Ahaziah was 42 when he became king and he reigned 1 year. So if he finished at 23, what happened when he was 42?
That's right.
Did you just say that's right? That was a question. The question is, if he ruled at 22 and he finished ruling, because you studied this one, Uthman misunderstanding, Uthman's an idiot. I got you, right? I'm with you.
No worries.
Moses is going to clear it up for me.
Sure. Go for it.
That's my boy. I'm so glad you're here. If he ruled at 22, yes, 1 year, Jerusalem, not he was anointed in another city like Jerusalem, both verses. You said he finished ruling, his 1 year was over when he was 23. But here it says he was 42 when he became king. And he reigned for 1 year. So his 1 year, was it when he was 22?
Yeah. 1 year he was 22, and 1 year he was 42.
Okay. If he ruled when he was 22, and he ruled again when he was 42, then it would be 2 years.
The only option is probably he stopped ruling.
Oh,
he ruled again.
But then he would have ruled for 2 years. If you were the president of Australia for 1 year, and then you became the president again for 1 year, then you would have ruled for 2 years.
That's right.
But this says 1 year. Now I'm going to ask you another question because I like you. And you studied this.
I like you too.
And you said this is my misunderstanding. His father was 32-year-old when he became king. How old was he?
32.
He reigned in Jerusalem for 8 years. You want to take your phone and do some math, or you're good? You got your mental math?
I got it.
You're good, Moses. So if he was 32, his father, and he ruled for 8 years, how old was he when he died? Yeah, you guys are cheaters. Let him do it, bro. How old was he? 44. Your math sucks. Let's take your calculator out. That's why I gave you the option. Take your calculator out. No, take your calculator. I'm being nice. I'm letting you calculate it. I'm letting you cheat on your test. No, calculator. Don't put it in Google, bro.
I don't have a calculator.
You don't have a calculator? What kind of phone do you have? All right, I'll give you my calculator. I am so glad you came today because I want to be educated.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay, here's my calculator, okay? So, please. His father's 32 years old when he became king. So put 32. 48. Bro, what are you doing? 32. Moses. I like that name.
Sorry, it's actually my first time being on a lot of...
Oh, you're good, man. You're so confident. You no mistake, Uthman misunderstanding. Woo! You on fire, son.
In front of a crowd.
All right. 32.
Okay.
So he was 32 when he began to be a king.
Okay, sure.
And he reigned for 8 years. So plus
Sure.
plus 8.
Plus 8.
Yeah, 8 equals.
Okay. I can't believe I'm in front of that much crowd.
Yeah, you're doing great. 40. So how old was he when he died?
40.
He was 40 because you studied this one. That's why I'm choosing this one because you brought it up, not the other ones. Okay.
That's right. Okay.
He reigned in 8 years. No one was sorrow about his death, but they did bury him in the city of the David. Then the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah his youngest son. His youngest son was made the king, right, when he died. And Ahaziah was 42 at that time. So Moses, my question to you is, how can a youngest son be 2 years older than his father? How can?
I don't know.
But you studied this one. You came to correct my misunderstanding. That's not a contradiction in the Bible. It's a Uthman misunderstanding. Ooh, sorry.
I studied that.
Yes, you did. So give me an answer.
I didn't look at that.
No. You studied Isaiah, but you didn't look at the verse?
Yeah, I've studied. I mean, sometimes you read a verse, yeah?
No. You came here
sure.
saying that I studied this one, and Uthman, you got a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Now I'm just asking you in the same, right there, I'm not taking you to something else.
I see.
How could his father be 40 and the youngest son be 42?
I don't know. I'll look into that. That's what it's all about.
It's all about
I think you
clarifying
do the same
Uthman's misunderstandings.
You do the same with the hadith.
Okay, no problem. I gave you the chapter and verse.
Yeah, sure.
We had all of this discussion in town. And
Good. We're enjoying this as an opportunity. Thank you. So, what's beautiful is, and this is a great workshop. I like this. This is a practical example, right? Which is that when you say about the hadith, I asked you what book, you have no idea. I am showing you book, chapter, and verse in front of you. In fact, I didn't bring this up. You did.
Yeah.
Because this is something you had already studied.
I've read it.
No, you said you studied it, bro. You got this on tape, on video? Didn't he say he researched it and he looked up the traditions and Uthman, you don't know what you're talking about?
I did.
You did. So if you did, if you researched it and you looked into it and there's no contradiction, how can a son, youngest son, be 2 years older than his father?
Okay, you say that's a contradiction, right?
Yeah, well, I think so. Okay. Maybe it's my misunderstanding.
You know what I will do?
Yes.
I will take that with me.
Oh, you'll take it. I like that style, bro.
I'm not throwing it away.
All right.
I'll take
it with you.
And I'm going to do a deeper study.
Deeper study.
To read it.
To reread it.
And to educate myself.
Educate yourself.
If I stand here and you show me this, and I just say, it's a contradiction.
That would be truth.
And I go home. That would be dishonest in my part.
Okay.
The reason why is because I have to look, I have to examine, and I have to study. Kind of like this, how if you study the Quran, it says that Muhammad said, I am the first Muslim.
Yes.
Another verse says that Abraham's the first Muslim.
Yes.
You can't just say, oh, it's a contradiction.
Yes.
Is Muhammad the first Muslim or Abraham the first Muslim?
Right.
You have to actually study and research.
Right.
And most Muslims will say, no, he was talking to the people at that time among that ummah.
I got you.
He's the first Muslim.
So let me respond. Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
So, for example, I'm not saying I have to go home and study this or any of that. I'm responding right now on the spot. Okay.
Go for it.
If I told you I was the first one in the masjid, right?
Yeah.
Early this morning, I was the first one, right? Yeah. Is that true? It could be, if I'm the first one there, right? And if somebody says, right, 100 years later, that I'm the first one that got to the masjid, because that day, there's the first one that got there, is there a contradiction?
No.
Okay, good.
If I with the Bible, Uthman?
I am. I'm getting to that, right? So if you talk about Ibrahim alayhi salam, right, and you talk about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you have thousands of years between them, right? So that would make sense that he was the first at his time, like we talked about going to the mosque, and Muhammad sallallahu was the first to believe in the message that was revealed to him in his time. That makes sense. I got you. My name is Uthman. My son's name is Yusuf. Okay? He's my eldest son. Okay? I am going to expose my age here, even though I shouldn't, even though I know I look young. I'm 47. Can you believe it?
That's young.
That's young? I like you. Right? My son is 20. He's not my youngest. He's my oldest. The one younger than him is 18. Then I have a daughter that is much younger, she's 9. And then I have a daughter that's 7. So my youngest child is 7. Can my youngest daughter ever, in any possible way, be older than me when I die?
No. I agree.
That cannot be.
That's impossible.
That's impossible.
I see.
That's not an Uthman misunderstanding.
That's why you are saying
that is impossible.
The Bible has an error. That's the reason why.
I'm not saying. You're saying it right now because a son. Can
I say,
Hold on. You're saying that 32 plus 8 is 40. And if somebody dies at 40, and the people take his youngest son to make him king, and his youngest son is 42, that's a mistake. Now, let me take it a step further. Let me be nice. I looked up Christian study Bibles. For example, the McCarthy Study Bible. He said, this is an error. It's a copyist error. Unlike what you said earlier, that you went to the early manuscripts and none of those errors are there. He said, this is an error.
There's two. There's Ahaziah and there's also
Jehoiachin.
One of the two. Could be, I think it's probably. I'm learning. I'm growing.
Okay.
That's my.
I got you.
Probably could be Jehoiachin.
It probably could be Jehoiachin. What?
Yeah. This could be the error. It could be Jehoiachin.
No.
One of the two.
This is Ahaziah.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Jehoiachin.
I know. What I'm saying here is, you know how I told you that I did a study
Okay.
It was probably one of them, Jehoiachin or
You said Ahaziah. Didn't he say Ahaziah?
Yeah, I said Ahaziah.
Okay, so
I'm not denying
why are we
it.
going to
I'm not
Jehoiachin?
denying it. Yeah, so all I can say is this.
That there's an error.
From what I am seeing right now,
Mm-hmm.
there seems to be an error. I can't completely tell you that there is an error. Why?
Takbir!
I can't completely say it's an error. You know why?
Go home, look it up.
I've got to study, do a study.
I got you.
And honestly, if this is an error, I'm going to be honest and say this is an error.
I like you, Moses.
I'm gonna be honest.
You're gonna be Muslim.
Yes, I mean,
Inshallah.
I have questions about.
Since you mentioned Jehoiachin, let's look at it. Jehoiachin was 8 years. Oh, sorry. You want to read it for me? Because
Jehoiachin was
18 years old when he became king, and he ruled for 3 months.
For 3 months. Yeah.
Okay. In the same Bible, got too many errors to look through. No, I really have too many tabs. Sorry.
Jehoiachin was 8 years old when he became king and reigned in Jerusalem 3 months.
Okay. So here he was 8 and 18. And he ruled for 3 months. So you cannot say he ruled twice because 3 months.
And 3 months is a short period.
It's a very short period. Yes. You're right.
He ruled for 3 months. And
Okay.
could it be Uthman that he ruled in a different place for another month?
That could be. Except it says the
That's why
place.
I gave a definition of their anointed.
I got you. The problem you have with that is actually says where he ruled.
Yeah, Jerusalem, 100%.
Are there 2 Jerusalems?
But can you rule again?
You could, but then it would not be 3 months.
Okay.
Then it would be 6 months.
Says who? Uthman?
Math? Okay. If you ruled Jerusalem for 3 months, and then you ruled again for 3 months, use a calculator. No, brother, sorry. 3 months, I know, 3 months plus 3 months equals
6, right?
Thank you.
That's right. But these are different times.
Right.
One says he's 6.
Is it, one says 8, not 6?
Okay, one says 8. What does the other say?
18.
18. So those are obviously different times, right?
No, right? Because both of them are the same city, so your idea that a different place is not true, and both of them mention that the rule was only 3 months.
But
if you ruled Jerusalem for 3 months, and you ruled it again for 3 months, then you would have ruled for 6 months, right? So
I mean,
go home, look it up. It's okay.
That's
I got
true
you.
if it's the same time period. Right. You can't just connect these different times together.
It's the same person, same time.
But the ages are different. How is it the same time?
That's why you see a letter here. That's an A, right? And it says that these do not read from the manuscripts that have all the numbers. They contradict the other manuscripts, right? So what you have is a contradiction between manuscripts. That's why McCarthy Study Bible says this was a mistake in the writing. The 8 and 18 writes the same. There's a line that the scribal error became. McCarthy Study Bible. This is just
MOSQUE text reads Jahaz.
No, keep going. Okay. Right here.
Literally, he's MOSQUE.
Some of the Hebrew manuscripts, Spectrodon, Syrian, and Second Kings reads 18. Okay. So the manuscripts here that read 8, the other ones contradict it to say 18. So see, the contradiction between your manuscripts are still there in your book. Okay. So your idea when you first came up here that, we fixed these by looking at early manuscripts is not true.
Okay. That's my study.
You're learning today. My misunderstandings got cleared up.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So You've studied a few of these, so I'm very interested in the Passover. You do believe Jesus resurrected, right?
I do. Yeah.
So the accounts for the resurrection about the moving of the stone clearly contradict, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But you said you haven't studied that one yet.
The what? I haven't looked into.
So I'm not gonna.
I've read those.
When was
but I
Jesus
haven't
killed,
read it.
according to Christians?
Like what time are you?
No, like before the Passover, after the Passover, when?
It goes to the. I want to explain something.
Yes.
Jesus actually. There is actually a Passover,
Okay.
and there is the last day of the Passover.
Okay.
So there's actually two different
Okay.
celebrations of Passover.
So let's read the verses because I like to be actual evidence, not just say it. Okay.
Okay.
So his disciples went out and came into the city and found. This is in Mark, and found it just as they had said to them, and they prepared the Passover. So they prepared the Passover, right? Okay. In the evening he came out with the 12. Now they sat and ate the meal. Okay. And Jesus said, assuredly I say to you, one of you who eats with me will betray me. Right? It was Judas.
Okay.
I'm just ruining it. Spoiler alert. And they began to sorrowfully say to him, one by one, is it I? Another said, is it I? And then he continued. So the Passover meal he had with his disciples, right? And he was betrayed and killed, according to Christians, after the Passover, because they had the meal, correct?
He died after the Passover celebration, but
Okay.
before the Passover day.
So
there's
the
Passover.
food is eaten at the night.
Yeah,
So that's after the day, the night.
yeah,
Okay. So after the Passover.
yeah. He died after the Passover.
This is in John. Now it was the preparation day for the Passover, so the day before, about the 6th hour, and he said to the Jews, behold your king. But they cried out, away with him, and away with him, crucify him. So according to this, he was killed before the day of the Passover. Forget about the meal.
Okay.
This is the preparation day.
Before the meal, eh?
No, not just before the meal. Now it was the preparation day of the preparation day before the Passover,
Yeah.
and they crucified Jesus. So did he die after the day, having had the meal, or did he die on the preparation day before it?
I need to look into that.
You need to look into a lot of things.
I do. No, I do.
You
I
do,
And
you do.
It's all about studying. And
I love studying.
I do know. Can I say something?
Yes,
I
say
do know
something.
that there is either a. I'm not too deep in this Passover thing, but I do know that there is a Passover day,
Okay.
and there is a Passover meal celebration.
So in the first verse, they had the meal.
Yes.
In the second,
Yeah.
it was the day of preparation.
Yeah.
When he was being put up on the cross already.
Yes. I think that he died. It was before the Passover, celebration, but because there's a
But
celebration.
the second verse says that he was crucified on the preparation day.
Okay.
Passover hasn't even come.
Okay.
The preservation day, they're saying this is your king on the cross.
You see.
That would be a contradiction,
Okay.
right?
I'll look into that.
Look into it. Well, I appreciate you, Moses,
Nice
and I
to
thank you for coming up here.
Can
and
I ask you a question just before I go?
Sure.
Okay. And this is now about the
Ask
the
away.
Quran. Everything you've given me, I'm not a scholar. I'm not a
But you
pastor.
studied it.
I'm not a
and-
minister. I'm a person who's studying and growing.
Me too.
There are things that I know. There are things that I don't know. But the things that I know, I'll be honest with it. The things that I don't know, I'm going to be honest with it.
Ask your question.
Things that you've given me, I'm going to study. And hopefully I see you back and I'll talk to you about it.
I
And I'm gonna be
appreciate you
honest.
studying.
It's out of the right heart
Good.
to really receive, not to win an argument or none of that, but out of the right heart. But I have a question for you.
Ask away.
Yeah, and my question is, I have an issue. I have books in my bag. I haven't memorized everything, but I have books.
I'm glad you have books.
And I wish that I brought it with me because I didn't think we'll have this conversation.
Well, I'm glad we did.
My question would be is historical narratives of the Quran.
Okay, excellent question.
When you actually study the historical narrative, for example, I have it in my bag. I don't know what it was, but
forget your bag. Ask your question.
Ask the question. I'll go for it. For example, the Quran, actually, Muhammad, peace be upon him, actually says that it talks about Samaritans being in the book of in the time of Moses. You know, the time they were.
Where is that in the Quran?
The Karaf. I can actually get it. I've written it down.
Can you get it?
I can get it. Can
okay.
you?
I'm waiting. Yeah. I'm always patient. Thank you. Oh, I like those notes. I like it. Go ahead. All that study and you couldn't answer those questions?
No. I'm growing.
You're growing. Yeah.
It's just the crowd. If I was with you one-on-one out there,
sure, buddy.
It's just the crowd,
sure.
you know.
The crowd changed the verse.
It didn't change the verse. It's just,
good. Give me your question.
Okay. So my question is
it on your notes?
One of the brothers helped me get it. I'm not sure, but my question is in Surah 20, verse 85 to 87. I'm not wrong. Surah 20
verse
85 to 87.
85. And Allah said, but indeed we have tried your people after you departed, and the Samiri have led them astray. So Moses returned to his people angrily and grieved. Go ahead.
Okay.
So my question is this. This is an issue. I'll tell you why it's an issue. The reason it's an issue because Samaritans did not actually exist in the time of Moses. When Moses, Samaritans didn't exist. Samaritans are a race that actually came way later.
Samaritans are a race that came way later.
Yes, so that's
what a problem.
I'm saying that the Quran actually has historical
errors, problems. Errors,
that's right.
Problems,
yes.
Because they didn't exist.
They didn't exist. They came way later. They didn't
way later. Way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making sense.
Oh my God! I can't believe you got me with this. Except that you didn't.
Okay.
What does it say in the word?
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says that the Samaris.
It says Samaris. Can you actually read it? Read it, right? Shh, don't ruin it, bro. Don't ruin it. You're like one of those guys that ruins movies.
Sure.
All right, go ahead. So read it again. Okay. Allah said, 85. Go ahead, read. Okay. On the mic.
On the mic, right?
Sure. They are close upon.
Allah said, 85.
Allah said, but indeed we have tried your people after you departed, and the Samari has led them astray.
The Samaris or Samiri?
The Samari.
Huh? Has or have?
The Samaris. You
don't know how to read, bro.
Okay, sorry.
Hold on. No. I got you.
The Samaris.
Hold on. Let me help you, bro. I'm here to help. I'm trying to be nice.
Sure.
I wear glasses too, bro.
Being smart.
No, I'm not being rude. I'm helping you.
Okay.
If you clean my glasses, I would say thank you.
It's your audience. It's all good.
It's not my audience. I don't own them. Okay. Allah said, but indeed we have tried your people after you departed, and the Samiri. There's no S, is there?
Yeah.
Is there an S?
Yeah. And there's no S.
Okay, there's no S.
Okay.
Has led them astray or have?
Has led them astray.
Okay. In English, plural has the word have with it.
Okay.
Like the Jews have taken over the banking industry. I'm not saying that as a statement. I'm just explaining English, all right? That's just the English term, right? If I said the Jews has taken over the banking industry, that would be a grammatical error because singular and plural.
Okay.
When you say Samaritans, that would be a plural. This is Samiri.
Okay.
Samiri is a person, one person, not the Samaritan.
Yes.
That is your error.
But what means what? What
Samiri was an
changes
individual.
does this make?
He was not a Samaritan. It's a person named Samiri. This was great. I love you, man.
No worries, no worries.
Christian apologist. Wallahi, I did not pay him for this. Did I pay you?
You didn't pay me.
Have I ever met you before?
Never
Right?
met me.
This is not fake. I'm telling. Did I plan this?
You didn't plan this. No.
Wallah, right, Moses? You're Christian, right?
Okay.
You're not a Muslim undercover?
I'm not a Muslim.
Okay. Samiri is a person,
Okay.
not the Samaritans. Samaritans were way later. It doesn't say Samaritans. It doesn't say plural. A person named Samiri,
Led them astray.
has, because he's single. Not a people called Samaritans. Samiri was a person in the time of Moses.
Okay.
So there's no contradiction.
Okay, I'll take that.
Thank you so much. We appreciate Moses. This was great. I could not have planned it better. No, we have to move on. Sorry. No,
One more.
Moses, as much as I'm enjoying this and the comedy that we've gotten out of this and the education, I do have to finish on another aspect.
No worries.
Thank you so much, Moses.
to meet you.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. You are always welcome to the masjid.
Sure.
Have some water.
Sure, thank you.
Sit, relax.
أحسن
Yes.
قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إن